Good morning. It's August 1st. A lot of the growing season feels like it's over because a lot of things are petering out, but there's a lot of things that's going in that can be fall crops and then winter crops. So we're very fortunate to have such a long growing season here in North Carolina in Zone 7B. First frost date isn't until October 8th. So I didn't have too much of a grip on what that meant last year and the first year when we barely put anything in the ground. So this year we're hoping to make that work for us. Last week I put in some carrots in a portion of the garden where there was previously patty pan squash, and hoping that they'll have enough time to mature and grow before the frost. And I actually think some of them can last through the frost. We'll keep an eye on it. Today, what I have planned before it gets too hot, it's already pushing late 80s, is I'm going to be going back through the upper garden where I had succeeded conquering the weeds last week. They've all started growing in again, so I'll be working on that. Today Rick is home and he's working on clearing the trees in the side yard. This isn't so much for like garden plots that we were thinking about putting down there. We are still going to do that, but right now it seems important to separate the roosters. We have like 6 from the rest of the flock. We have 2 that in particular are super aggressive, not only to the other chickens but to us. And and we wanted a couple of them that are very aggressive. We kind of wanted to keep for breeding purposes, and so we're trying to do this to separate them off, just to see if we don't have to put them in our freezer quite as quick. So he's clearing the trees. He's clearing the trees down this way so we could clear a spot to be able to set up another chicken area for the roosters. And so he's clearing these few trees that are down here.
Call me Mr. Safety with my hard hat and chaps on.
A little bit different than the old days of tree work, huh?
A little bit.
How's it going?
It's going. Didn't come all the way down, got hung up a little bit, but all that, I'll be able to pull all that out.
So we're gonna put the pen somewhere around here, right?
Yes.
And over there. And then after this little project's done, we'll get back to the clearing for more food plot area. As he clears the trees, there'll be more sunlight coming through, and it'll make it able to be able to plant things.
I wrecked that pecan tree right there. I think I'm going to take it down because get that one branch hanging. Ain't going to be much left after that. So.
We hate losing pecan trees.
Kind of spindly looking, so.
Ah, nuts. So many pecans dropping. It's too early. That's what happened last year. I don't know what causes that. That's going to have to be something we'll have to look into. We have found ourselves to be very proficient in growing weeds. So I've been at it for about 5 hours. It's been sprinkling a little bit, but it hasn't downpoured and hasn't been any thunder or lightning, so I just kept going with it. I was so close to getting done what I wanted to get done. And got it all picked. I picked many oversized cucumbers. I think they're about tapping out, which is fine. I'm gonna put some gherkin ones in. They're round. I'm gonna put those in. Just looking for room. A lot of oversized cucumbers that I'm saving for seed. I picked, they're all bright yellow. I was doing those ones on purpose, sort of. Got a lot of okra today. A lot of them are oversized. I got to figure out what to do with oversized okra. I don't have a whole lot of experience growing or eating okra, so I need to find what to do with them. They grow really well, and their flowers they're closing up now, but they're really pretty in the morning. A couple cayenne peppers, nothing like last year. I picked all the tomatoes, upper and lower garden, weeded through. I think the plan is for tomorrow or later on this week when I get home in the evenings, is the bottoms where these tomatoes are about tapping out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant beets on the bottoms of the rows there, underneath where the empty spots are and where they will continue to be, so I can get another beet harvest in. I'm leaving the peppers alone because I want to stay there. They didn't look sick today, and they're getting bigger in size, and if I wait for them to turn red, then I can go ahead and use them for seed saving as well. So I have not yet picked any red peppers this year. I have a huge one, well, fairly huge on that big one there. My beans that I planted last are starting to crawl up, and hopefully they'll get pollinated or I don't know if they self-pollinate or what, I'm really not sure. But start growing, because the ones that I planted first, a lot of them are gotten huge, and I've just left them for seed because they're bigger than what we want to eat. So at that point I might as well just save them for seed for next year. And the sweet potatoes I put in a few weeks back, they're spreading, and I'm just trying to keep them as weed free as possible so that they can get all the nutrients. These are the volunteer tomato plants. I did not plant any cherry tomatoes, but I had like 5 random ones just pop up. Got quite a few. A lot of them I picked off of there were already split, so that's kind of weird. I'm still hanging in, waiting for my butternut squash to get a little bit bigger. The vines still look fairly healthy, so until they start drying up, I'm just going to leave them be. I'm going to go check on, see what Rick's up to. Oh, it looks like he's made some progress down here. How many trees did you take down today? 3?
3. Pretty much cleaned up. Found the DR mower. That's brush piles too. That was about a 20-foot long, 3-foot high brush pile right there.
Well, that's cool. That means that there'll be no need to rent a chipper maybe, or not as often anyway.
I don't know if it's good for it though, so we last most of this, not this one, the one that was over there, most of that one, and that pile down there.
We wanted to rent a chipper so that we could get wood chips to put into the garden next year as mulch, rather than buying any mulch, and just kind of do wood chips and grass clippings and do it as natural as we can, because people have bought a lot of mulch this year, have ended up having a lot of problems with it. They're buying organic mulch and compost. People are buying organic mulch, and then what they're finding is their plants will start growing, and then all of a sudden they start shriveling up, and it's usually happening with nightshade plants. And what they found out was, I can't remember the chemical that's in it, but something begins with a G. I can't remember what it was, but what they're finding is people are spraying their fields, cows are eating the grass, the hay, the things that are getting sprayed. Cows are pooping. Poop is going into the compost and into the mulch, into the stuff that they're buying, and so isn't the chemical. So they're trying to avoid that just by we got resources here.
Herbicide that kills broadleaf plants, so it would be like your nightshade plants and stuff like that. But it doesn't kill grass, which is why they use it. So the cows are eating it, and it's got an herbicide on it.
Right.
That's what the issue is.
I needed to check on Rick, see how he's doing. Got another tree down. And wrap up this video. Really clear it out here. Actually, looks like we have a bigger yard. Someone's taking a break. You must.
Doing a video myself.
You must be exhausted.
Yeah, man.
So I think we both had a pretty productive day today.
So, if you'd have come down about 10 minutes ago, this was about a 3 to 4 foot high brush pile about 25 feet long,
Really?
and this thing ate it.
Oh, you're gonna have to let me know next time you do something like that so we can do a demonstration. Maybe we'll, sell some of those for them and maybe they'll give us something free. That could happen.
Yeah, it could happen.
You got more brush there.
Yeah.
Is that another pecan tree?
No, that's a box elder. Hey.
You guys have a good night. Thanks for spending some time with us today.
Be a blessing.
Be blessed
Be blessed.
and be a blessing. Good night.